Hi, welcome, welcome. I'm so glad you joined today. I am Kelly Pitts, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Lubbock, Texas. And you can find me on my blog at createwithkelly.com or my Facebook page, that's Create with Kelly. And then I also have a Create with Kelly crew group on Facebook. And also on YouTube, I have a channel called Create with Kelly Pitts. So whether you're watching live on Facebook or on YouTube or watching the replay, I'm certainly happy that you're here. I would love to know who you are and where you're from, and whether you're a demonstrator or a hobbyist, or maybe this is the first time you're ever even checking into stamping. I love to meet all kinds of people everywhere. So it's wonderful that Stampin' Up! Allows us to have customers all over the US. So that's a lot of fun. I do a lot of in-person classes here in Lubbock for folks who live around here. And then I also do online classes. I do some Zooms with Paper Pumpkin Alternatives. And then I also have class to go kits. So if you love what you see on some of the cards that I'm making and can't make it to a class in Lubbock, I would love to have you order a class to go kit. So I can contact you if you'll let me know what your email address is, you can text me, email me, whatever you want to do to contact. That would be great. Let me see if anybody has signed on yet. I see somebody was watching and just wanted to please let me know who you are, like I said, and where you're from, and hoping that you'll let StreamYard know so they can let Facebook know that you have permission to do that. So you'll just have to follow those little instructions that you get with your notification. Good morning, Tanya. I'm glad you're here. Thanks for joining from YouTube. Happy to have you. We are going to do our special card this morning. So you've already made this card, but you may give me hints along the way of things that I may have forgotten about this. I was going to do different cards and I flat could not find them after, we scurried around at our last class. I didn't have enough little buckets to do everything I needed to do. And so, whoops, I dumped the stuff for this card that I was planning today into a bucket and can't find it this morning. So we're going to try to do a similar one to this online today. So I'm excited that you're here, and I wanted to make sure to remind you that if you have not gotten your celebration wish list filled yet, you better hurry, hurry, hurry. There are only a few days. It only goes through February 28th, and celebration is the once a year that we actually get to choose free items for items that we purchase. So with every $50 that you order from either the annual catalog or the mini catalog, you will get an item free from the celebration catalog, which is right here. So that started on January 5th. So we're winding it down. It's coming up February 28th is the end of celebration. So there are several stamp sets in here. There are wonderful papers. I know this paper is gone. Dainty Flowers is already sold out. So sorry if any of y'all were intending to get that paper. I did have a couple of people who wanted that paper and they were already sold out before I could get it for them. So be sure on these other papers. I have done several cards with this, and I was going to show some Paper Pumpkin alternatives. Never did get to those. I haven't used my In the Country yet. We did use Beautifully Happy on one of the stamps, one of the card sets that we have. And if you have a $100 level, you can get that Beautifully Happy stamp set. If you have a $100 order, you can choose from that stamp set or the Dandy Designs paper, which is a pack of 48 sheets. It's a ton of paper, and it's all springish and looks wonderful. So it has been a lot of fun to play with. And we also have a host gift that if your order is, whether it's yours or a whole combination, like on a workshop, if several of you go together and get a big order of 300, you could share a Scenic Garden stamp set. That is for a $300 order. You'll get that one free also for the host. So if you have any questions about that, I'm happy to help. And this is absolutely the best time of year to join Stampin' Up! Because We won't have a special like this again, I promise. But you can join for $99 and get $175 worth of products of your choice. So that is $50 more than you would normally get. Plus, Stampin' Up! Ships it for free. Heck of a deal. And then if you have been wanting a mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, now's the time to do that. Also, if you do that and put it in your starter kit for $30 more, you can get either the boho blue or the white Stampin' Mini Cut and Emboss machine. So you still get your $175 worth of products, and all your starter kit is going to cost you is $129. So that is the deal. If you are even getting close to $100 in your order that you're planning, this is the way to do it. And I would love to have you on my team. We have a wonderful group of ladies, Create with Kelly crew captains. We have Create with Kelly crew. That's our group. That's anybody who's interested. And y'all are just automatically part of the crew by tuning in. We're happy to have you there. And then I have several team members here locally. So all of the announcements, we do have some online exclusives too, and I intended to have that out, but it's been a busy morning so far. So I don't have that for you, but we will have some online exclusives coming up on March 1st. Okay, this card, I don't know if you can see all of the texture here. Can you see this? This is from Shimmery embossing paste. So we are going to get going on this. I'm going to show you this technique. Tanya and I did this in our techniques class. She taught the other two items, and then I figured out a little bit of this, and then we did some team effort stuff and came up with this and just thought it was really a lot of fun. Good morning to Facebook user, whoever you are. We're glad to have you here. Thanks a lot. I hope you learned something today and have fun. Yay. Okay, I'm going to switch over to just this. Let's see. Yeah, we're going to do just this solo desktop, I think. And we'll switch to this one. Here we go. Okay, let's make sure I brought everything in here I need. I think I did not bring the paste that I need, so I'm going to have to go run get it. But in the meantime, I'm going to let you look at the GINKGO set, and I'm going to be having a full, like a stamp camp or class or something coming up for this next month, where you'll get at least 6 cards. It may be more, but it's going to be gorgeous GINKGO is what my theme is going to be. I've already worked out some of them in my head. I haven't finished any of them, but it is going to be an awesome set. So, all right. I don't know. Facebook user, JU, I guess maybe that's Judy. I don't know why I can't see you. If you have to give permission to Facebook. There's some place that it says give permission and to show your name and photo. So until you give the permission and follow those instructions, I won't be able to see who you are. Sorry about that. Okay, let's go ahead. We're going to go ahead and stamp the inside. I've got the stamps out here, and we'll stamp our little label. Then we'll do this other part last. Okay, I have a kit here. I'm going to show you. I've already die cut most of this, but I need you really have to kind of understand how the layers are going to work. So I'm thinking this was going to help you. This piece was cut out with this detailed die. Okay, so that die cuts out this piece out of just a standard. This is the thick basic white. So you're going to use this piece. We're not using this piece. And then I just went ahead and cut the label out of the same quarter sheet of paper that we're going to use. Okay, then, so that's the detail die. And then this one, which makes more sense when you look at it, it makes more sense if you're looking at the stamp set, that when you stamp this image, this die will cut that out. All right, so that's normally what that's for. And then there are dies in the set for these two, and then of course the detail die that I've already shown you. So we are not stamping. we are going to use this and make a stencil. What I did was cut this out right here. I used this die and just cut this out of this sheet. All right, and this is just a 1/4 sheet of thick white cardstock too. I think thick is going to work best. And then this is kind of flimsy here on the end, and we're going to cover it up anyway. So what I did was I just ripped that off right there so that it doesn't get caught up when you're doing the embossing paste. So there we go. There's that. So now hopefully that makes sense. We're going to use this stencil and use the Shimmery embossing paste in here to build this up and get all this depth and texture here. So you can see how thick that is. Okay, there we go. So let's get all of these pieces ready, and then we'll go ahead and stamp the inside. And we can stamp the envelope, of course. Let's get the Stampin' Pierce mat. And we're using Polished Pink and Daffodil Delight because that's what we used in our class recently. Okay, let's get the mess out of the way temporarily, because we will be messy enough shortly. Hope y'all are having a great day. We had one of our Create with Kelly crew group had surgery on both hands yesterday and is doing very well. Judy, thank you I'm glad everything went well with your surgery. That's just amazing. It's kind of a carpal tunnel surgery. I didn't understand exactly how it was all going to work, but she certainly is in good shape. I've texted with her today, and I don't know what I've got on here. It looks like I've got black splotches on my ink pad. This is probably not the best way to deal with it, but try to get some of those off here. And I wore a polished pink blouse because I knew I was using polished pink today, but hopefully I won't make a mess on it and ruin it. Okay, that looks better. No telling how that happened in class. We got black everywhere. Okay, let me get a wet wipe out so I can protect myself. Y'all know how that is, I'm assuming. Unless you're a much less messy crafter than I am. Okay. Whatever all that was, I don't know. Okie dokie. Let's just stamp. Let's do a couple. Let's do the big one in pink. Let's see how we're going to do this. I think we're going to do one up here. And you do get some variation shading in these stamps. They're not, I don't think these are actually distinctive stamps, what we call distinctive, but they do have variation in them because they want the shading there. So you can tell that's intentional. If you ever wonder, why am I not getting this right? You can tell by the stamp itself. See, it shows that there's variation in color to kind of give it depth. So that's a good tip to watch for. Okay. Then we'll get those, give them a good swipe with our chamois, and I may just leave the rest of the inside blank because I'm not sure what we're doing on the front yet. Let's put Sending Hope and Peace. I'm going to get that lovely label. This is a really pretty label that is in that GINKGO branch set. So we're going to stamp Sending Hope and Peace on it. And I think I'm going to try it in the polished pink. We'll just see. If we decide we don't like that, we'll do something else. And I have not used this, so I'm going to use a little piece of scrap paper here. We're going to try it on there first. Sometimes when it's a brand new stamp set, it doesn't stamp exactly the way you want. So I think that's all right now. So I hope y'all are having a great morning. It was really great to hear Judy's surgery went well. So, okay, and this is made so it will fit all of the greetings in the set, all the sentiments. So just straight down, straight up. And you'll get a good crisp image that way. And I don't have, Tanya, if you have that handy, if you're still there, if you might want to give the bundle item number for the GINKGO branch and GINKGO. I've got the GINKGO branch and the GINKGO branch dies set, but I don't have that item number. If you have it handy, that would be great to share. Thank you. Okay, so we have the inside, we have our little label. We're going to, whoops, we shoved that in a box and bent that up a little bit, but we will straighten that out later. This is just your typical 8.5 by 5.5 scored at 4 1/4. And we're going to make it go portrait mode for this card. And I'm going to go ahead and glue this flat. And you could use your Stampin' Seal or your liquid glue, whatever you prefer to work with. We'll see if my little liquid glue is unclogged. Hooray, yes it is. And I don't have my little silicone mat handy. Yes, I do. Yay. Okay, we're done with this for now, I think. Get that out of the way. And we'll just use this so we don't get glue everywhere. I'm just going to center this on the front of the card. Do that flat. And we'll do the inside. Same way. Doesn't take a whole lot of glue. Oh no, I stamped on my shimmery white. Okay. Well, we're going to have to grab another piece of shimmery white and cut it to size. I did that on the wrong one. Nothing like doing this live, right? Okay, here's my piece that I was supposed to stamp on. We'll go ahead and do that on the inside. We'll stamp that again, and then I'll do the other. Sorry about that, peeps. Starting over. If y'all ever had to do that. Ah! Kelly, don't rush. I talk to myself. I think a lot of us crafters do. Maybe just everybody in general, but definitely the crafters I know. Whoop, sorry, I was getting a little shaky there. Need to need to do it in my lap so I don't shake the table. And this rubber is pretty big around the image, so I would recommend trimming that off. And when you're not in a rush because you've made a mistake, it's good to check and make sure you've got the image all covered and you don't have all this little excess on the edge, which you can get off of there so it won't get on your card. That has a little spot on it. Much better. Slow down. Take a breath. It'll be okay. All right, that was a polished pink again. Now we'll use the Daffodil Delight. for the little double flower. Just tap, 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 and check it out. Make sure there's no mess around the edge and that the image is covered well. And we had a little spot on the paper, so that just covered it up very nicely. Okay. Let's see if we like this in pink. I think we do need the gray, so we'll just cut that too. I will get this out of the way. And if anybody else is watching it, y'all be sure and chat with each other. That is part of the wonderful part of our community. Our paper crafting community is because we share ideas, excuse me, and inspire each other. That's wonderful that we're not a big, huge competitive group, that everybody shares info and designs and all that. Okay. Let's go ahead. I think I'm going to switch to gray on the front there. And I'm going to use the basic gray on the inside too to tie that in. We've already got these flowers done, so we'll take that off. Okay, now we've got friend. And we have used this before, so it should be fine. We'll put that on a scrap just to make sure. Yep. And I didn't have my paper straight, but once again, I'm rushing. We shall slow down. Now I'm going to do and I'm getting all the greetings out of this set, the GINKGO branch set. Okay, we're going to do Thinking of You, Friend, on the inside. Always check the back just to make sure you've got it the way you want it. And this is a little more difficult on camera. And we'll just have a soft little Thinking of You, Friend, on the inside. Which bugs me that I don't have a comma there. It seems like you would have a Thinking of You, comma, friend. And that may be, is that what they call the Oxford comma? I've always heard there's a controversy there now about not having a, like the Oxford comma. So if anybody knows about that and wants to explain that, that would be lovely. And I'm going to go get our embossing paste. And I shall be right back. Sorry about that. And I've got to cut more shimmery white. So sorry, but I will be right back. Talk amongst yourselves. Okay, I don't see y'all talking. So sorry about this. I just can't believe I did that on the wrong side of that shimmery white. Took me a minute. Okay. First, we have to cut our new shimmery white. Cut that down to size. Thanks for sticking with me, y'all. And on the replay, hopefully y'all just fast forwarded that really quickly. I don't know what we've got on there. Oh, our whole little strip came off. Okay. I've had a little strip in there all this time, a white strip, and now it's gone. So that is very strange. Okay, we're going to cut our shimmery white that I just brought in here. And have already lost it. Okay, folks, I'm standing in one spot. Did I put this on top of it? Yes, I did. Okay, we're going with 3 3 3/8 by 4 3/4. 4 3/4 by 3 3/8. And that is the size of the shimmery white piece that we are going to emboss onto. And that is so it fits right on top of our scallop piece there. Okay. Have that done. Okay. Now, this is not easy to do from this standpoint at the desk here. Let's see what we're going to do. Okay, we're going to get a messy placemat and our silicone mat. And our shimmery white embossing paste. Hopefully we have enough to finish up out of this little jar. And we do have a set of 3 little palette knives that come, they're all different shapes, but they come in a set of 3, like I said. And this is whoop. Oh, Tanya's on. Oh, thank you, Tanya, for that ginkgo branch. That's great. That's the bundle. And when you purchase the bundle, as you know, if you've been doing Stampin' Up! Very long, they give you a 10% discount when you buy the bundle together, the dies and the stamp set, or the stamp set and a punch. So thank you for that. Yes, it is, especially when you're in a hurry. Thank you for that. The shimmery embossing paste, Tanya's got that number up there for you too, 145645. So I don't know why Facebook user. I think it's something about that permission through StreamYard is why Judy's not showing up. So it is Judy with us. That's awesome. Okay, this is the end of the paste. We used pretty much a whole jar of this. We had 5 of us doing this in classes. So it will last a while, but 5 of us doing 3 different projects each. Okay, we're going to split that up. Half of this is going to be pink and half of it's going to be yellow. And this is probably more than I need, but excuse me. Okay. There we go. I'm going to move that over so I have a little bit of room in between the two. So this is the Shimmery embossing paste, which I really like the shimmer in it a lot. You can get it in a plain, just plain embossing paste if you're not a big shimmer person or don't like a little bit of bling. But I really like the shimmer personally. All right, that's it for that jar. Now, all you do to get these colors is to mix this. We're going to put 2 drops. I want it to be pretty saturated. 1, 2. 2 drops of the polished pink, and then 2 drops of the Daffodil Delight. 1, 2. Just try to get your little dollop. Really, that's all you need is a dollop. And I would start with the light color. So you can get this as light or dark as you want it when you're mixing up this paste. Oops, and I should have taped my paper down first, which I did not do. Okay, that's our shimmery white. And then this is our stencil that's going on top of it. And I'm moving this up a little further on the card. And just using a little washi tape with that to hold that down. And this top piece is just the stencil that we're not really going to be using. So move all this other stuff out of the way. Sorry you got a messy placemat there, but I just didn't need all that on my desk. Okay, I think I want a little bit more of the Daffodil Delight. Just, it's hard to do, half a drop. Boop. See if we can get that the same kind of rich color. Okay, and what we're going to do is take this with a little palette knife, and hopefully I have my piece of paper straight under here. Before I get started, I'm going to see how that is. It's going to work. We're just going to make it work however it is. All right, I'm taking this and starting at the top, and we're just slathering this on with the little palette knife and making it kind of thick here at the top so that your color goes in just through this stencil. I'm going to go all the way across, and then I'm going down into the middle just a little bit because this is where it's going to mix. So I'm going to have just yellow at the top, then I'm going to add pink at the bottom, and right here in the middle is I'll add a little bit of pink with that. Daffodil Delight, whoops. And I'm going to just really put it on there because that's just going to go to waste and dry up if I don't. So might as well have it thick. Okay, now I'm going to dip this in some water and paper towel. Get that cleaned off. Now we'll mix up our pink. Polished pink, and this is one of the end colors that will be going out, I do believe, when the new catalog comes in May. So you just kind of mix it almost like you're doing cake frosting or cupcake frosting or whatever. I think we need just a tad bit more of that pink too. Half a drop. Yes, you are. This is basically making the stencil, and I kind of showed that at the first. If y'all didn't see that, I'll show it again after I get this done. But this is going through the stencil that you cut out before you started. That's still not very bright. I'm just going to put a little bit more. And it doesn't matter what shape your little palette knife is or anything, just anything you have like this that will mix it up. Because you don't want little white streaks, so you just mix that paste in there. Okay, we're going for it. Now here at the bottom, I'm going to try not to touch the yellow. I'm just making sure this whole bottom portion is just pink. Okay, now I think I'm where I need to be down here. So now I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to take some more of this pink, and where it touches the yellow, it's going to start turning kind of an orangey color, which is lovely, I think. And you could, if you wanted to mix it here, you can take that and mix it up and make your little orange over here. So you can do it either way, just on your card, or you can mix it separately here to make sure you get some of the color you want. See how that's turning kind of an orangey coral color? Isn't that pretty? Okay, so we're going to make sure we get some of that in here in the middle. Whoops, now we've got some on the side over there. Ay, ay, ay. I think I got into my pink area a little bit. Okay, now we're going to set that aside and let it dry. And I should have done one ahead of time, but I didn't. So we won't be able to complete the card today, but at least you'll see how it's done. Okay, now I'm going to dump this in the water. If it will fit in here in my little tray. Okay, I'll be right back. This has got to be done quickly or it turns solid hard. Okay, hopefully I've got that soaking long enough. And I should have done this at the very first of the video instead of doing it last. It's amazing what you forget in a week, right, Tanya? Okay, so now let's review for anybody who came in late and missed the first part. We cut the stencil that we used right here. We cut this part out of. This was on it. We cut it out of it. Okay. And then this is what we cut the detail die out of, which you'll use this part and not this part. Okay. So isn't that fun? Have y'all ever tried that before? Have you played with the embossing paste like that? Or the shimmery white? Tanya and I were talking about it and trying to figure out how we could use that white detail dye and make it show up as a color. We first thought we were going to try the embossing paste on this detail part, and then just decided to try it this way, and we both really liked how it turned out. So we got to let it dry a little bit, and we'll get the inside in. Whoop, nope, nope, that's okay. We're going to put the inside piece in that we redid. We'll go ahead and get that done. And the embossing paste, I think Tanya has already given you the number for it. and she's giving you the number of the ginkgo branch. But like I said, y'all watch my blog post at createwithkelly.com. If you'll subscribe to that, you'll find out my upcoming classes. And I definitely have a set. I'll be doing at least 6 cards with this ginkgo bundle, and I will be offering a special deal to get the class PDF tutorials, video links, and the card kits when you purchase the bundle. So we're going to be doing kind of a combo thing. This month, we're going to be doing the ginkgo branch. And next month, we will be doing, I was afraid I just got that in there. Sure enough, y'all were probably going, watch out, watch out. I can't hear you from home. It was too late. Okay. Thanks, Tanya, for making me feel better about how forgetful I am. I appreciate that. We've got the embossing paste number there. And like I said, we're going to let this sit for a little while. So we have Thinking of You friend there. And I'm going to grab the die again that comes with this set because I decided I wanted the pink on the well, I think we may be okay to do it this way. While y'all are watching, I'm going to go ahead and get that die cut again. Alrighty, we're back. I've got the Sending Hope and Peace. We're going to do that in the gray so that we have a couple of choices on how we want the greeting on the front. And we could, this is a lot going on here. Sorry, folks. Okay. Get that up here. And we're going to stamp our Sending Hope and Peace in basic gray. Make sure it's okay on the back before you stamp it down. Close up your ink pad before you get your sleeve in it. The way today's going, I can see that happening easily. Sending Hope and Peace. Not perfect, but it will do for today. All right. Now, I'm quite sure this is not dry yet, but if we take this off, at least y'all can see what the plan was there. See, now you'll just throw this piece away, unless you think you'll use it for something, and more power to you. If you can come up with something for that, just go for it. Okay, now this obviously has to dry quite a bit more. And what we're going to do is take the detailed piece that we cut from the die, from this die right here. This is this die from the ginkgo branch. And we're going to figure out where we want it here. You can tilt it any way you want. This die doesn't match up exactly with that other one. with the one below. So what we're doing is just pressing onto those pieces that are solid there. And I would take like your take pick tool or something. We can use that to just mash down just the solid part. You don't want to mess with the detailed part. And make sure that is stuck into the glue. And this does bow up a little bit because it's wet. But it will dry, and that will give it interesting texture. Aren't those fun? Kind of trap that in there. You can see how that's doing. Isn't that gorgeous? Love it, love it, love it, love it. And then you can add a ribbon. You can add your greeting. You can add whatever you want. I'm just going to lay it on top there for you to be able to see it. And boy, did we ever use the embossing paste there. We'll just mash that down. Okay. Didn't think about how wet that was going to be. Now we're going to attach that, not right now, but later. I'm just going to put it up on Stampin' Dimensionals because it's not going to be straight anyway. But isn't that beautiful? Look at that. So you could use that with any color combination, of course, that you want. You can use greetings. We could do this we could do it on daffodil. If you wanted this to stand out more against this, you could use it Daffodil Delight, stamp it in that. Here it is with the polished pink. That's the gray. You could use a ribbon. You can use embellishments. You can use whatever you would like. And I will post a photo of it after it dries and we finalize everything. I'll post a little pic of a couple of options. It'll be on my blog at createwithkelly.com. So I appreciate you joining me today. Thank you. I hope you will go out and try this technique. I do sell all the products in my Stampin' Up! Store, Stampin' Up! Online store. And if you don't have a demonstrator, I would love to help you with a catalog and get you what you need to get going. Be sure and remember that we are still in celebration. Let's see, how would we want to do this? That'll work. Okay. Evidently my phone's not straight because these are straight on the table, but that gives you an idea of how you can play with that beautiful embossing paste. Let me get it a little closer so y'all can see the shimmer. See if we can get the light. There we go. Check that out. Is that beautiful? I love it. Love it, love it. So much depth. That'll be so pretty once we get our little greeting on there. And you could do with or without a greeting. You could do it either way, however you wanted to do it. But as I said, I will post some of these on my blog. And yes, Judy, you show up now. You surely do. So did you go in and give permission, I guess? Is that what we did? Or turned it off and on? I'm so glad. But yeah, Judy, this is one of the ones that you missed at the techniques that I was going to show you on the makeup. So now you've already seen the makeup. Glad you're here. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. I will see you again next Saturday at 10:30 a.m., if not before. And I do have a class coming up on Monday night, this coming Monday, and I would be happy to have you. Love for you to check out my website. Just go to createwithkelly.com. You can go to the events tab or calendar tab and find the calendar of events, and it will show you those classes. And you're welcome to RSVP there for that class. My classes are usually $20 for 3 cards, and this time it will be the same, but you also have the option of, with a $50 order, the class is free and you'll get your celebration item. Thank you, Felicia. So glad you've joined too. Thanks a lot. I'm glad you liked the card. And be sure and let me know if you're interested in getting a catalog if you don't have one already. If you don't have a demonstrator, I'm happy to help you. And again, I mentioned at the first, this is the best deal there's going to be all year long for joining my Stampin' Up! Team. Create with Kelly crew. We've got some great ones, Tanya and Judy, who've been so helpful here today. They are helpful with everybody. We start with new beginners and train them all the way up to advanced to show you new things and help you learn along the way. Everybody's happy to help with your journey. So we do a lot of wonderful paper crafting experiences here, and the class to go is going to be awesome. It's going to be gorgeous GINKGO, and this is going to be one of the styles that will be in that class to go this month. So stay tuned for that. I'm excited about it. The next month is going to feature Texture Chic bundle, and we will probably be doing a little mixing and matching with the between the GINKGO and the Texture Chic. I've got some cards that I'm working on here that will be using the Texture Chic paper from the annual catalog mixed with this GINKGO branch. So I'm excited to show you how gorgeous and stepped up this GINKGO branch can be. So thanks a lot for tuning in. Y'all have a great week. Thanks again. Fun times ahead. Bye-bye.